from a broken.
Unfortunate stories that you've heard where there's been either really terrible injuries or unfortunate deaths due to some brain injury. And I just thought, I could be an advocate.
I've had a total of about 3 concussions in my life.
I have had 7 concussions. 6 of them are from soccer and 1 is from volleyball.
And I've had 1 major concussion, 1 minor concussion.
One time, my sophomore year in high school, where we were going up for a ball in a game, and it was intense. It was one of our championships game, and I went on to head the ball, and instead of head the ball, I headed the back of another player.
The worst one I've ever had was in a soccer game. There was a corner, I was going up, and the dude took me, hit me from my feet, and I was in the air, and I flew over and I whacked the right side of my head on the ground.
As much as 3.5 million sports-related concussions occur in the U.S. every year.
They had me set off to the sidelines, and all I remember was the very end of the game when we won. But it was really hard for me to think that something that I wanted to, it was our final game, something that I wanted to remember and keep in my memory so badly.
The first one was when I was 12. It was the first year we were allowed to hit in hockey, and I just caught a pass with looking the other way, and a guy just ran into me. Pretty much right when I got hit, I got chills that went throughout my whole body, and I had to be taken off the ice with a stretcher to the hospital.
The U.S. Soccer Federation prohibits kids under 11 from hitting the soccer ball with their head.
We are urging youth coaches and high school athletic programs to stand by their players and push for no more headers.
I think that some sports organizations should take more of an action in helping individuals that have had or are having head injuries during the games, making sure they're okay, asking them the proper questions to make sure they have not had serious memory loss, and not getting them back into the game too quick. Like, I have a friend who was playing a sport for almost 5 years, and he had over 8 concussions. He had to be taken out of that and was almost taken out of some of his classes because he couldn't keep up with the work because of his brain damage and his memory damage.
I believe that soccer players in general should just wear those little headgears. Like, they should make that mandatory.
But we're also asking players to look at the way they're playing and try to avoid heading during games.
Because there's a lot of players playing with concussions that's going to be dangerous for their long-term health.
I'm worried about how will I be able to function in the future? How will my kids see their father, and will I be mentally stable? Or will I just be totally insane and not be able to do anything anymore and just stay in the house?
We don't need to have heading in youth soccer, 14 and younger, for a couple reasons. The skill of heading is not necessary at that age. One, because we should be teaching the basic skills of trapping, passing, moving, spatial awareness, all these things that they need when they're going to be a little bit older, that will help them have a better foundation.
We're joining with former U.S. soccer player Brandy Justine to fight the increase of non-headers from the age of 11 to 14.
Telling the players to always keep your head up, because in contact sports, the best way to prevent a concussion is being aware.
Being too defensive can cause people to be over-aggressive to you, but if you know what you're doing and you know how to properly take actions, you can avoid injuries such as...
Give me your eyes so I can see.